In the top stories, Prime Minister Drew expresses optimism as incoming OECS chair, Keon supermarket robbery under investigation, and 4 bills to be read on Tuesday. We'll be back with the details after the break.
We got stoves, cook it, fry it, bake it, stew it, poach it, eat it, drink it, slurp it. At Quartz, you can get it. We got fridges, slurp it, chill it, freeze it, store it, crisp it, pack it, and stack it. At Quartz, you can get it. Wash or dryer it, wash it, fluff it, spin it, dry it, clean it, fold it, wear it, assort it, and soak it. Rinse it, load it. SDA gon' make you blend it, crush it, toast it. At Quartz, you can get it.
In cricket, there are a few essentials. A bat, a pitch, a ball, some fielders, and plenty of refreshments. Enjoy the cricket with Angostura Chill. Angostura Chill, the official refreshment partner of the Hero CPL T20.
Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Channel 5 newscast. I'm Mervan Thompson. As the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, OECS, celebrates its 42nd anniversary, incoming Chair and Prime Minister of St. Kitts and Nevis, Honorable Dr. Terence Drew, is expressing optimism at the cohesion among the member states in tackling issues such as crime and climate change. He gave a welcoming address that was aired on Sunday.
It is common knowledge that we contribute very little to global warming, yet we bear the brunt of the deleterious effects of climate change. Adaptation is a major challenge for us as small island developing states and low-lying coastal communities. The cost of adaptation and mitigation increase by the day. We continually strive to adapt in a sustainable manner, which will not jeopardize current and future resource bases.
Speaking on the issue of crime, he praised the work of the Regional Security Systems, RSS.
Cooperation in security matters has gained greater importance as we continue to grapple with the challenge associated with crime and violence in our societies. Indeed, we regard crime as a public health issue, touching the cornerstones of the foundation on which our society is built. OECS member states contributed significantly to the dialogue at the recently held Caribbean High-Level Forum on Crime and Violence, held in Trinidad and Tobago. I am pleased that our meeting here in Bastille will continue this level of engagement with a view to arriving at decisions with tangible and sustainable outcomes. In speaking of citizen security, I must recognize the invaluable service provided by the Regional Security System, RSS, which provides the institutional and operational frameworks for serving the people of the Eastern Caribbean.
Incoming Chair Drew also praised the work of the bloc in collaborating to delivering resources needed for healthcare, such as routine vaccinations, and in dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic. He also congratulated the financial institution of the Eastern Caribbean Currency Union and the designated central bank for its work in ensuring that the EC dollar remains strong 40 years on. As the celebratory activities continue, a flag-raising and opening ceremony was also held on Sunday. The Royal St. Christopher and Nevis Police Force is investigating the robbery of David Lee's supermarket in Keon, St. Kitts, which occurred on Saturday between 9 p.m. and 10 p.m. Police say 2 armed and masked assailants held the store's owner and security guard at gunpoint and forced their way into the closed store. They then stole a sum of money from the cash register along with other small items before escaping. The crime scene unit processed the scene and collected items of evidential value. The police force is asking persons to assist with information should they have any. And finally, on the local scene, 4 bills. The Smoking Designated Areas Bill 2023, Drugs Prevention and Abatement of the Misuse and Abuse of Drugs Amendment Bill 2023, Rastafari Rights Recognition Bill 2023, and Freedom of Conscience Cannabis Bill 2023 will all receive their second reading on Tuesday when the National Assembly meets at 11 a.m. They will be moved by Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew and Deputy Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Jeffrey Hanley. The National Assembly will be carried or streamed live on ZIZ Radio 96 FM and participating radio stations, TV Channel 5 in St. Kitts and Channel 98 in Nevis, and on zizonline.com. Copies of bills can be found at sknis.gov.kn under the section Bills. Coming up, we'll have another look at some of the stories from the past week. Stay tuned.
I wonder if Auntie will be able to figure out this riddle. Let's see. Auntie, I have a riddle for you.
Let's hear it.
Where can you shop and get cash back in free groceries for a year?
Huh? Where can you shop and get cash back in free groceries for a year?
Come on, Auntie, you should know this.
I really can't think what the answer could be.
It's SL Housewords, duh.
How do you know this?
Because Mom shops there all the time.
Come here, you little nosy prince.
Riddle that cashback. It's that time of the year. Cashback season is here. Get cashback coupons for free groceries with every hire purchase at Hosford's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store. Plus, a chance to win free groceries for a year.
There is no better time to discover what your National Bank Visa debit or black cards can do.
Mimi, what's that song?
It can get you out of a pickle. Using my National Bank Visa card is fast, secure, and convenient.
Cashless SKN is our new lifestyle choice. National Bank, always here.
50,000?
50,000?
$50,000? Win big with TDC! Win up to $50,000 cash in the TDC Mega Rewards Mega Raffle! To enter, you must be a Mega Rewards member or sign up to TDC Mega Rewards Loyalty Program. Shop at our TDC retail stores or online at shoptdcgroup.com to receive one entry for every $250 spent. Draws take place from July to November. Win $10,000 every month with your entry rolled over so you can win and win even more.
Yes, this is 50.
Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back. A Friday morning signing ceremony was held at the St. Kitts Marriott Resort for the St. Kitts and Nevis Layer Chicken Industry Sustainable Development Project. More in this report.
The Layer Chicken Industry Project is a joint initiative between the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Marine Resources and Cooperatives and the Embassy of the Republic of China, Taiwan. Layer chickens are mature female chickens kept for egg production, and according to Livestock Extension Officer Delisha Huggins, this project is intended to tap into the expertise from the Republic of China, Taiwan to develop and strengthen the egg-laying industry in the Federation.
It aims to assist the government of St. Kitts and Nevis to improve the management capacity and establish a sustainable management model of the layer chicken industry through technical capacity and experience of the layer chicken industry in the Republic of China, Taiwan, and achieve a stable production and sustainable supply in COVID-19 COVID-19 post-pandemic era.
Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture, Miguel Fleming, noted that this project complements the planned broiler chicken industry being developed in Nevis and is indicative of the government's commitment to strengthen food security in the Federation.
This will complement the slaughtering facility that will be introduced in Nevis and really help to make a dent in our meat imports. This project is a step in the right direction, as agriculture has been named as one of the pillars for transformation of this federation. The government, by extension, the Ministry of Agriculture, will continue to introduce the necessary policies and make the necessary investments to transform this important sector for our food security.
Resident Ambassador of the Republic of China, Taiwan, His Excellency Michael Lin, commended the Ministry of Agriculture on its continuous support and commitment to the partnership in agriculture between the two countries and spoke of the main objectives of this project.
With Taiwan's expertise and experience, key objectives of this project include the establishment of a breeding technology as well as egg laying and texture technology, ensuring the Federation's ability to meet the production needs of chicken farmers in a self-sufficient and sustainable manner. Upon completion of this project, we anticipate a consistent supply of 20,000 laying chicks per year, laying the foundation for sustainable and thriving egg laying industry. This will not only secure the Federation food security, but also contribute to the economic growth of the communities.
Minister of Agriculture, the Honourable Samuel Duggins, said through projects such as this, the country would be in a better place to both meet increased demand and reduce the impact from external factors such as the COVID-19 pandemic.
And as a minister with a mandate for such development, food and nutrition security, I can comfortably say that we are well on the path to achieve this with projects such as this. So when the demand increases in December, as it usually does, our local producer will be able to continually sustain the market all year long. And this is indeed a source of pride as I stand here.
One of the main aims of this new project is to reduce the country's food import bill. Minister Duggins noted that in 2022, the Federation spent $9 million for chicken imports, and the federal food import bill stands at about $19 million. He said the long-term aim is to put St. Kitts Nevis in a position where it can both feed ourselves and the region. Jason Davis, ZIZ News.
Attention is being paid to regional travel. Here's how and what the OECS plans to do to address the challenges.
The topic of regional air travel has been on the tongues of citizens and residents in the Caribbean, especially since the departure of LIAT. During a panel discussion on the history, achievements and future of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States on Thursday, there is progress in streaming regional air travel, officials said. Director General of the OECS headquarters, Dr. Didicus Jules, spoke of the measures that have been taken by the Eastern Caribbean Civil Aviation Authority.
It has one of the challenges that ECA faced in recent times was the downgrade of our airports, and that was a result of a combination of several factors: the condition of some of our airports, but more importantly, in relation to the U.S. Civil Aviation Authority, it had to do with the legal requirements that ECA was managing on our behalf. The law governing civil aviation in the Eastern Caribbean was a bit cumbersome. It required that every Minister of Civil Aviation would have to agree to certain changes being made. And one of the requirements of the U.S. Civil Aviation was that there should be a simplification of that process so that the Director General of ECA would issue the regulations and thus be in a position in a very agile manner to change those regulations to facilitate changes in the industry.
He also spoke of the authority's ability to set prices for airfare as opposed to the Trinidad and Tobago Civil Aviation Authority.
There are longer-term strategic issues that need to be addressed by ECA. One of them is that our overflight fees and so on are managed by the Trinidad and Tobago Civil Aviation Authority. And I think the time is ripe for ECA, once it regains that category 1 status, to begin to look at what we need to do to exercise full sovereignty on our airspace. So that is going to be a challenge for the future, but once we do that, there are going to be huge opportunities for the OECS, because it means a better management of our own airspace, further modernization of our airports, and most importantly, I believe that the Civil Aviation Authority can operate as a totally self-financing institution, actually providing revenue for the further upgrade of our airport infrastructure.
Taxes and landing fees have been a huge factor in prices, and Dr. Jules says addressing them is a, quote, relatively simple matter, end quote.
I mean, the taxation thing is a simple matter or relatively simple matter of governments making the decision that if we want to be competitive with our civil aviation, we cannot afford to charge very high landing fees or passenger fees to airlines transporting people across the region. And we've seen recently some governments have tried to reduce those costs. One of the things that we had done as an exercise in the OECS some time ago in order to convince, well before the whole this departure of Liat and so on, was to do an actual animation showing the volume of flights across the region, and to create a simulation that showed the governments what the impact of a reduction of passenger fees would mean on air travel, because that would significantly increase the volume of air travel, and therefore what governments may lose from direct passenger fee revenue, they would gain from other economic spin-offs of the increase in air traffic.
Dr. Didicus Jules, Director General of the OECS headquarters, speaking during a panel discussion on Thursday night.
Prime Minister Honorable Dr. Terence Drew read to preschoolers this week. Here's that interaction.
Prime Minister the Honorable Dr. Terence Drew spent quality time with the children of the Louisa Grant Preschool in Connery by reading to them on Tuesday. Prime Minister Drew's storytelling session with the students was designed to help engrave the love of reading in their young minds and encourage them to read. The Prime Minister read from the family-oriented book So Much by Trish Cook. Speaking with the St. Kitts and Nevis Information Service afterwards, the Prime Minister said these types of activities that give him the opportunity to personally interact with the nation's youth are always precious to him.
This is a preschool that I have been supporting for a decade now, and it's always a great pleasure coming back and interacting with the staff, Teacher Paulette and her staff, and all of the children. And today I had the opportunity to read to them and to interact with them, which was quite refreshing and a break from the normal routine of running an office.
June is observed annually as Child Month in St. Kitts and Nevis. Prime Minister Drew used the opportunity to encourage citizens and residents to do all they can to protect and nurture the children of the Federation. Child Month 2023 is being observed under the theme Empowering Our Children Through STEAM Education. STEAM refers to science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics.
After the break, famine in Haiti imminent, and Taiwan prepares for a military